Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Casablanca. We are still pulling into the port. A lot of shipping going on here. And in the midst of all the cranes, it looks like the Great Mosque down there. Behind the cranes. Warships. We are turning. Somewhere in here we're going to be docking. Anyway, once we are docked and we get off the ship, we'll be back. Bye for now. Well, we just got off the boat. There's the boat. And it's about a 5-mile hike just down the dock here to even get anywhere. They've provided no transportation. Everybody is just walking and walking and walking. This is absolutely crazy. Well, more when we get down to wherever we're going down there. Well, good morning. Can we all hitch a ride?
Hop on. 1 second.
This is absolutely crazy, making everybody walk like this.
Shoot, there are some people. Without the wheelchair, we would have been goners. I didn't understand this was the case at all. Unless it's some.
To tell you what I know about the things you ask me. So feel free, please. You are more than welcome, everybody. So if you don't know about Casablanca, in brief, we can sum up the history of Casablanca in 3 main steps, or 3 stages or 3 parts. The first foundation of the city to date to the prehistorical times. You know the inhabitants of North Africa, yeah? The original inhabitants. You have an idea? They call them the Berbers. That's a common name, Berbers. Actually, the origin names were the Numidians and the Moors, the Mauritanians. That's the names given by the Greeks. Numidians, which is taken from Nomados. Nomads, then Numidians. Yeah? And then the Moors from Mauritania, the name under which a little bit south of Morocco was known and which was known because of its great civilization in prehistorical times. Then the name the Berbers comes with the arrival of the Romans. You know, when the Romans settled here in the north of Morocco, all the populations which was to settle in the borders in the Roman Empire, because they are not Civic, they don't speak Latin, they call them Barbaros. You see the walls here to your left side? That's what remained of the 18th century Medina. When we say the Medina, that means the old town. It's like equivalent of old town. Because in Morocco, before the arrival of France or the French people in 1912, all the Moroccans used to live inside this double-walled, sometimes double-walled or single-walled areas. It's a gathering of houses, of quarters, which are connected to each other. Everything is surrounded by a wall, sometimes 2 walls with watch-out towers, gates, which were opened in the day, closed by night. You see, it's a kind of tribal life. And this what remained of Casablanca city. You can see some columns which date to the 18th century. That's what they call scala. That means fortification to defend the city. Scala. In some areas of Morocco, they use the most known word kasbah, which you know, huh? Today we will be visiting an example of a kasbah in Rabat, Mudaya kasbah, and I will explain to you a little bit about the kasbah. Yeah, I see my friends just showing to us Rick's Cafe. That's maybe you know, yeah, Rick's Cafe, which is very famous in the film Casablanca, which helped to make known this city. You know, Casablanca in the 1930s, 40s is an area which is exotic. It's a city where spies from all over the world can meet each other, where very rich people and poor people can come across to each other. So it was like a nest of spies from all over the world during the Second War. And
This is Rick's
that's the entrance
Cafe.
of the restaurant's Casablanca, Rick's Cafe. Just we drive slowly if anyone wants to take a picture from the bus. It's not the one you see in the film, in the movie, okay? I will explain to you. More or less the decors of the movie, which were taken from here from the Medina, like the Rick's Cafe there, were reproduced in Hollywood, okay, United States. I guess you know all about the story of Casablanca, the film, you know, it's about Nazism and a French young man who went to escape Nazism and bring with him his girlfriend. They traveled to Casablanca. They tried to find a job, which was in the Rick's Cafe. And then it's a love story between the owner of the cafe and her man, in brief, yeah? Even though very classic, it's otherwise very good to see. Yeah? So it's in the French time that this city has undergone a dramatic expansion when Marshal Luther decided to make of it the financial and the economic center of Morocco, and he asked his assistance in terms of urbanism, that means the plans of the cities.
So here we are at the mosque. Is the 300-meter minaret. We just stopped at a rest area and we're taking a little break and people go to the bathroom, and that's our bus. And I'm going to walk right over here and take a look at the McDonald's sign. The restroom. That's the restrooms over there. And that's our bus, and then there's actually another part. Gas station pumps are on the other side of that building, and a little market and restaurant in there also. And so, yeah, we still got probably 45 minutes more on the bus. Pretty long bus ride today, that's why the tour is so long, but Hope it's worthwhile. And we shall see. And there's Mom up there. Say hi. And yeah. Between the bus and the tour guide, I'm falling asleep. And,
just if we pass by something like a number of people, nationality, but for the Moroccans they need to present their identity card and explain the reason for coming inside the Royal Palace. So this Royal Palace covers 42 hectares, okay, 42 hectares, and roughly 2,000 people are working in the Royal Palace. All the residences you see here to your left side is mainly for the people working inside the Royal Palace. The Royal Palace proper is the part you see here to your right side. Soon we will leave the bus and we will go together, we will walk together to near the main gate of the Royal Palace. They will give you more information about this royal residence. I would like just to ask you to stay together as much as you can to make the task easier, both for you and for me. Thank you, every one of you.
Palace grounds here in Rabat, and the gardens are absolutely beautiful and so nicely maintained. So this mosque is for the workers, and over there is the for the Royal Guards. We are heading up to the palace, which is up that way. So the king does not live here in this palace. He comes here to work. His past generations have lived here, but he comes here only to work and for ceremonial events. He actually lives in a villa, which is in a town that we may see across the river later. But yeah, nice grounds and everything, and I think that's all we're going to be able to see is everything outside here. But yeah, just a little stop.
Just written in 2010, and it tells about the life inside this prison. It tells about people who were involved in this coup attempt of 1972 and who were in prison there. Most of them passed away. Some lived until the succession of Mohammed V. Mohammed VI, now the king, succeeded to the throne in 1999 when they closed the secret prisons. And the first one in 1972 was carried. It looks like a rocket. And the thing is 200 meter high. And the other building you see there, right side, the white one is the newly built Opera of Rabat. Okay, right side. Okay, so please, we will leave the bus.
So that's the new opera house of Rabat. That's the new opera house of Rabat. That is an awful building. It's named after the king. Some tower. Looks like some of the guards on horseback. Pretty cool.
Went to some market.
A couple of matching horses.
Seems like all these days will blend in together on me.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think we went to.
I think it's great that they have sand for the horses to stand in. And now we are inside, and a lot of old columns. I have no idea what this place is, but we're gonna find out in a second.
Okay, so what you see here, please, this date to the 12th century. We live in 96, we live in 99. So there was a king who wanted to make this, to build here a huge mosque. He started building this mosque as well as the wall of the Medina, of the old town that we have seen just arriving there. And he passed away, so it was never finished. So actually, if this tower, this would be the minaret of the mosque. So according to the techniques adopted by this 12th century dynasty, if this was achieved, it would be 88 meter high. It's now 44. Half. Yeah? If you just Google, you can see the Herald of Sidi or the Cathedral of Sidi. You will see the same motifs, the same techniques of building. The main technique is that the height and wide right time to width. That's the main technique adopted, and with some motifs,
So this was going to be a very large mosque, and the king died, never got completed. So there you have it. More later. We are heading to the gate on the other side, and the royal guards will be there on horseback. And we're going to take some pictures of them. once we got the front of the horses coming in, now we'll get the rear of the horses as we go out. Rear number 1. And rear number 2. This horse looks pregnant.
What's that?
Alrighty, and now I believe we are going to get on the bus again, and we are going to head to lunch. So once we get there,
Some are taxi boats. Like in old times, there are some people that would like to take the tramway, taxi, or cars or bus, so they take these taxi boats to cross from Rabat to Saleh or vice versa. All the buildings here to your left sides, as well as in front over there, is the end of 17th, beginning of the 8th century. So if you read some guidebooks or local people, they tell you this, the Medina. But in fact it's the part invested by the Andalusians, the Jewish and the Muslim community expelled in Spain. It's the area which is invested by these people, and some families descended from these refugees are still living here. The Jewish quarter is just over there to your left side. There are some synagogues, some are still functioning according to the number of faithful coming to the synagogues. And straight in front of us, the building looking like a fortress, like a sturdy fortress, is the Casbah, is the Rabat, is the oldest building which dates to 1068, which has given the name to the city. So it's Rabat, the monastery of the Almoravids, 11th century. Then the Almohads. Then I can take it by the Marinids who built the Medina of Salih, and the Shalla, who visit the area where the Romans have settled, who have driven by after the royal palace. And then in the 18th century again, one king of Morocco built a small palace inside it. It is turned into a museum. The rest is the buildings of the Andalusians. So just after the lunch, we will come walking inside this Casbah. Today it takes the name Udaya, the name of the tribes, the Arab tribe who once settled here. And it used to be also, as I have told you, the seat of power for the pirates, the Republic of Baraghreg.
واش داروا كاع هما هنا ولا سير اخويا اغلبيه هنا فينا ومشاو على رجليهم نمشيو لهنايا بعيده باش شدوهم من هنا نجيو اخويا نتغداو عاد نرجعو هنا حنا نبقاو نهلكوهم بزاف ها غير سير اخويا حنا عندنا الرباطيه راه هي تما 10 دقائق بعد نرجعو نشدو من
okay, we just got off the bus and we're heading to some restaurant. Watch the step.
I know, I see it. Not blind.
Uh-huh. Two.
Yours is not unique. Some places say wrong.
You want me to go around? Just sit down.
They used to be the city itself, historically. It was old at some time. It was Austrian-Hungary at some time. Mix of cultures. Kind of old, from the Middle Ages city. It was very old.
Was that hot?
They,
Okay, unit toilet for the ladies is there, and
Okay.
for men upstairs.
Thank you. All righty.
Right across the street. Yeah.
I think it was about 300,000 people.
Yeah, that's,
So we just finished our appetizers, and now we're waiting for our tagine. More when it arrives. Wow.
Did you get chicken? Did you have an option?
there was several different options.
Oh, we're with a group, so they probably just,
Just pick.
Yeah.
I'm
We had
keeping
lamb
this one.
last night, and it was so fatty. A place in Casablanca.
Oh, really?
Oh, so fatty.
We ate over in that area down that street, right over there. Now we're going inside the fortress walls.
the main entrance to the Casbah. And as you can see, it has the elements specific to Moorish architecture. Floral decoration, yeah, Moorish art, calligraphic writing all around, geometric patterns. Inside, it used to be an armory where they used to make and store arms. Today is mainly used for art exhibitions. The material is sand dunes. This then is the oldest part, which date to the very beginning of the second half of the 11th century, 1068. Then more or less it developed. Lots of building changed inside according to the needs to the communities which invested it from time to time. Is this color is associated with the Jewish and the white for the Muslims. And not long time ago, it's dark. It brings a sign which tells the religion of the family inside the home. David star for the Jewish and the Christians for the Muslims. So this is the religion one. And the Jewish are Israeli.
So it's blue and white. The Jews painted their houses blue and white. Definitely a large influence of Jews that came from Spain during the Inquisition, had escaped, and they came to Morocco and settled, also with Christians that were being ostracized and persecuted, and became part of the major influence of Moroccan culture and architecture. And Hi.
The houses are very expensive. Not because they are lovely, but because of their history.
Here. Well, this looks like Surfer Beach. Very cool. Okay, so we just got off the bus and we are back in Casablanca, and that's the Hyatt up over here, and we are got about 45 minutes to walk around and shop and do whatever. So that's what we're doing.